Omulamuzi akulira kkooti y'eddaala erisookerwako ey'Emitoma Avunaanibwa Sylvia n'omuwabi wa gavumenti mu kkooti y'eddaala erisookerwako Sembabule Bako Jacqueline nate balabiseeko mu kkooti y'eddaala erisookerwako ewozesa emisango gy'obulyake n'obukenuzi mu Kampala mu maaso g'omulamuzi Joan Achiro ng'oggyeko Katemba eyabaddewo olunaku lw'eggulo. Omulamuzi Avunaanibwa Sylvia alabiseeko mu kkooti nga mukkakkamu. Bano nga bayita mu bannamateeka baabwe bataddeyo okusaba okw'okuteebwa akakalu ka kkooti era nga baleese abayizi 3 ku 4. Bano mu nsonga endala ze bawaddeyo mu kkooti okuteebwa akakalu bategeezezza ng'emisango egibavunaanibwa bwe gikkirizibwa okuteebwa akakalu era nga n'omulamuzi Avunaanibwa Sylvia ayina ekirwadde ekimubala embiriizi.
Your Honor, the first accused is also a mother of 3 children who are all under her care and watch. Your Honor, needless to mention, the first accused is the prosecutor and is aware of the entire criminal process and the implications of intermeddling with the same. In the premises, she undertakes
and the implication of intermeddling
with the same. In the premises, she undertakes to recognize the due process and investigations there too. Your Honor, in support of the bail application, the first accused presents 3 sureties, to wit Ayuko Francis. Ayuko Francis is a male Ugandan aged 31. He's a brother He is a brother to the accused.
Our Worship A2 is a chief magistrate situated at Mitoma. She's a female adult of sound mind. A2 has been a judicial officer for the past 8 good years. She is an ordinary resident of Kulambiro, Kisasi, Nakawa Division. In that respect, Your Worship, I wish to furnish this Honorable Court with our residence recommendation, together with our national ID, resident of Kulambiro, Kisasi, Nakawa Division. I'm informed that her job ID is already on record, Your Worship. We are told that she supplied yesterday. Where's your job ID? A2 is sickly and has been undergoing treatment right from the 27th October to date. With your permission, Your Worship, I will tender to this court the medical report from Foreign Medical Clinic. There are 2 medical reports, Your Honor. One indicates that A2 suffers from peptic ulcers, and the other medical report indicates that she suffers from allergy. The charge against A2 is a bailable offense under Section 75 of the MCA, and that he is entitled to constitutional right to be released on bail under Article 23(6)(2)(a) Constitution of Uganda. And it's our prayer, that, Your Worship, that the sureties presented be found credible and the accused person be released on the terms convenient to this Honorable Court. So we pray, Your Honor. Muangula Robert, resident of Namugongo, Buloli Cell, that is Chaliwajala Ward, Namugongo Division. Chaliwajala, that is Namugongo, Buloli Cell, Namugongo, Buloli Cell, that is within Chaliwajala Ward. Namgongo Division. The said surety, Your Honor, is a salesman at Britannia Limited, located within Tinder. He is a salesman with Britannia Limited within Tinder. With me is his job ID together with the national ID, which I wish to furnish to this honorable court. Your Honor, Robert is the biological brother to A2. I've explained to him his role as a surety and he understands the same. It is my prayer that he will be found to be credible surety. Your Honor, I wish to move to the second surety, that is Mr. Prosper Martin Turiagenda. Prosper Martin Turiagenda is a male adult. Your Worship, he has the recommendation letter from the LC. I wish to furnish details connecting him with the said company, that's company Form 20. The relationship, Your Worship, between the surety and A2 is that he is a cousin to the accused person. Mr. Turiagenda, phone contact is 0751 759553. We have duly explained to him his role and he understands the same, Your Worship. So our prayer that this court find him credible surety to stand for A2.
Available. And we therefore pray that court, it was for the accused is charged being bailable offences. We pray that this honorable court be pleased to grant bail. We so pray, Your Honor.
Oludda oluwabi nga lwesigama ku buzito bw'emisango egyaguddwa ku bano lusabye kkooti bano obutateebwa kakalu ka kkooti.
Your Worship, we have instructions to oppose the bail applications on the following grounds. Your Worship, under Rule 7 of the High Court Anti-Corruption Division Case Management Rules 2021, this court is enjoined, while considering sureties, to find out and be satisfied that they can meet the terms of the bond, if any is considered. Worship, we pray that this court finds that the sureties presented have not demonstrated their capacity to deal with that requirement. Worship, the offenses for which the applicants have been charged are also another consideration, and these are serious offenses. We therefore pray that this honorable court, though it has the discretion and mandate to grant bail or not grant bail, given the circumstances, we pray that it exercises its discretion. Worship, we submit that this court has the discretion to grant or not to grant bail.
To the submissions of the State Attorney, it is our submission that bail is a discretionary relief, and we pray that this honorable court exercises its discretion in recognizing the submissions of the applicant and granting bail. Your Honor, in submission, further, it is our further submission that the sureties presented possess substantial financial capacity that is rooted in the positions they hold, in the positions of responsibility they hold, and the stature of this matter. Your Honor, as regards the offences being serious offences, as alluded to by my land brother, it is tried law, and the same has been decided, that the gravity of offences and the severity of the sentence that they attract cannot and should not be considered as a ground, cannot and should not be considered as a ground for denial of bail. It is therefore our submission, Your Honor, that this court, in exercising its jurisdiction, grants the accused bail on lenient terms. We so pray, Your Honor.
We only wish to add, Your Worship, that the sureties that have been presented by A2 fit within the test set under Rule 7 of the High Court Anti-Corruption Division Case Management Rules 2021. Particularly, the sureties comprise of relatives, blood relatives of A2, advocates of the High Court, and an advocate of the High Court, a lawyer by training, and businessmen. So now we submit that those sureties have the capacity to influence and compel the accused person to attend trial, and also have the capacity to meet the terms of the bond, given the positions that they hold. As have been presented before court. Lastly, however grave the allegations against the accused persons, they remain innocent under the Constitution until they are proved guilty. When I refer to Article 28, Clause 3 of the Constitution. Therefore, reiterate our earlier prayers for the accused persons to be released on bail, pending the trial of the criminal cases against them. And so humbly pray, Your Worship.
Omulamuzi Joani Akiro mu nsala ye akkiriza bano okuteebwa Kakalu.
This court at the last sitting, which was as fresh as yesterday, these are not a bar to grant of bail per se. They may simply make an impact on the terms and conditions if bail is granted. This court obviously bearing in mind that these are still allegations. Besides that, the prosecution has not demonstrated how grave the charges before this court are, and has also not bothered to probably mention how severe the punishments are. Getting to capacity to make the above, getting to capacity to meet the bail bond if bail is granted. This would be majorly demonstrated by proof of employment and or earnings. Beginning with the sureties of A1, Mr. Raymond Ondoga has presented a bank statement from DFCU Bank with a balance which is not, with a balance that makes an effect when you look at the charge sheet and then the statement. It gives him his financial standing. Mr. Aiko Francis has presented his employment card from Ejome Secondary School with an expiry date of 31st May 2028 with posting instructions thereto, as well as the appointment letter. And Miss Ndukua Dokas has presented her work identity card from Ebenezer Classic Junior School as the accountant, and the state has not objected to the genuineness of any of these documents. With all this, I find that A1's sureties have satisfied the requirement of Rule 7B of the High Court Anti-Corruption Case Management Rules, and as such are substantial. Then moving to the sureties presented on behalf of A2, Mr. Prosper Martin Turiagenda has presented proof of his appointment as a director on Company Form 20, that is to say director of Mulamba Foundation Africa Limited. Mr. Muwagula Robert has presented his work identity card from Britannia Allied Industries Limited, and these documents the state has not queried. These demonstrate employment and source of income. Then moving to Miss Nakato Rehema, who is said to be an advocate of the High Court and working at Crane Associate Advocates. There is no proof of these averments. The same applies to Miss Kakai Zerida. Miss Kakai Zerida's employment also has no documentary backing presented to this court.
Wadde nga gubadde gutyo, abadde beeyimiridde omulamuzi Nvannungi Sylvia okuli Zerida Kakai ne Nakato Rehema nga bagambibwa okubeera bannamateeka. Kkooti tekkiriza kusaba kwabwe okweyimirira ono Kakalu olw'ensonga nti balemereddwa okuleeta ebiwandiiko ebiboogerako nti bannamateeka.
In the circumstance, therefore, this court finds the last two sureties for A2 not substantial and finds the first two, as mentioned above, substantial. In conclusion, therefore, this court having found the sureties as presented by A1 substantial, A1 is hereby granted bail. This court having found two of A2's sureties substantial, to which Mr. Muwagula Robert and Mr. Prosper Martin Turiagenda, the accused persons are granted bail on the following terms and conditions. In other words, I have found no merit in the grounds raised for the objection to the grant of bail. A1 will make a cash deposit of 1,500,000. A2 will make a cash deposit of 800,000 shillings. A1's sureties are bonded to 50 million shillings each, not cash. A2's sureties are bonded to 40 million shillings each, not cash. Sureties, I heard from both councils, that is the side of A1 and A2, that your duties were ably explained to you. I highly discourage councils becoming sureties. Accused person is not there, it is council who is giving excuses. Let the sureties perform their roles of coming to inform court of why accused is not there. Sureties, you relax and you think council is going to do that for you, me, I'll issue criminal summons and you present it here. If you let the accused persons, or if they cease coming to court, if they jump bail, I have mentioned the amounts that I have said are not cash. These will turn into cash. And if not available, government civil debtors you become. And that means you get some term of imprisonment. But the duties are very simple and nothing should scare any of you. Okay? Because for me, once I cancel bail, it's difficult to think twice and reinstate. I always tell sureties that if the accused person has become stubborn, surrender her or him to court. If they make it impossible for you to perform your duties, yeah, you say, I can't manage anymore. You bring them back and surrender them back to court. Let's get a date for mention of this matter.
Wano Omulamuzi ataddewo olwanga 19 omwezi ogw'Ekkumi omwaka guno okuddamu okuwuliriza omusango guno okusinziira ku ludda olwabi kigambibwa nti mu mwezi ogwokuna omwaka gwa 2022 Omulamuzi Nvannungi Sylvia ng'oni yali akulira kkooti y'eddaala erisookerwako e Ssembabule n'omuwaabi wa gavumenti Bako Jacqueline nga naye akola ku kkooti eno bajja ensimbi ku John Ambasiiza ne Mulanga Franco n'ekigendererwa eky'okutya Kalintuza Dakayi Kakalu ka kkooti wamu n'okujja ku Eric Sabiiti emisango. Kigambibwa nti ababiri bano ensimbi ze bajja ku bantu bano zaali zibalimwamu obukadde bw'ensimbi za kuno 10 mu emitwalo 48.
Yes,